I'm Claire from Sunnydale Physiotherapy and Pilates. Welcome to this short video on what is centering. So you've probably heard a lot of Pilates instructors tell you to activate your centre and build the core, tightening up, but wonder what on earth that really means. So hopefully at the end of this video you'll be able to find your centre, have some good ways of thinking about how to activate it, so that when you're doing any Pilates class, whether it be any of the videos from my channel or anybody else's, that you know what this means. So I'm going to start by showing you how to find it in lying down, just because that's the easiest way to feel what's going on. So if you lie down on your back, with your feet roughly in line with your hips, arms down by your side. Now, in this position, what we want to do is to find your neutral spine or your neutral pelvis. So you've probably heard that a few times. What that means is that your pelvis is neither tilted all the way forwards or tilted all the way back. So what you want to do is tilt the pelvis forwards by creating an arch underneath your back. So if you put your hand underneath your back and move your back away from your hand. So that's tilting the pelvis forwards. Now squash your hands and draw the pelvis back underneath. So you're tucking the tailbone under. Now if you're still not quite getting this tilting motion in your pelvis, have a little think about putting your thumbs either side of your belly button and your fingertips just pointing down towards your pubic bone. So you've got a little diamond shape with your fingers like this. Place that onto your belly and imagine that you've got a marble right in the middle of that diamond. So now I want you to think about rolling that marble up towards your thumbs, up towards your belly button, and then roll that marble down towards your fingertips. Roll the marble up towards your thumb. Roll the marble down towards your fingertips. So then you'll starting to get this motion with your pelvis, this pelvic tilt. Okay. Another way to think about it, imagine you've got headlights on the front of your hips. Bit of a strange one this. And then I want you to draw those headlights, those imaginary headlights, up towards your face, and then point those headlights down towards your knees. Keep doing that a few times, and again, you're going to get that pelvic tilt motion. Now, the reason we're doing this first is to help you to engage your centre, your deep core muscles. You want to have your pelvis in neutral. So, neutral pelvis is halfway between those two movements, okay? So it's not all the way with the pelvis tilted down that way, your headlights towards your knees, your marble down towards your fingertips, or your back really arched. It's halfway between that position and the back flat onto your hand, or the marble up towards your thumbs, or the headlights up towards your face, okay? So whichever way of thinking about it works best for you. Find that mid position between those 2 points, okay? So if you think about headlights to knees, headlights to face, somewhere in the middle, so my headlights are pointing up. Marble in the middle, and back is not completely arched and not completely flat. So that's your neutral pelvis. That's the first thing you need to find. Now, next thing we need to think about is trying to find our centre. So trying to find those deep core muscles. Take your fingertips, 2 fingertips, 3 fingertips, doesn't really matter. Put them on the bony points at the front of your hips and then move your fingers in and down. Just put a little bit of pressure through your fingertips into your skin. Okay, so now you're going to see if you can feel those muscles working underneath your fingertips. So you can try a few different things here. One way of thinking about it is to think about if you had some jeans that you've just got out of the wash and you're trying to squeeze yourself into them. Think about drawing your tummy in and away from your waistband. So just try that. Now, can you feel anything happening underneath your fingertips? You should just be able to feel a little bit of tension underneath the fingertips. Okay, if that's not working, then have a think about if you had some magnets on the front of your hips and you're trying to draw those magnets together. So you're trying to sort of bring the hips closer together and narrowing the front of your waist. Have a think about that. Does that help you? Does that mean that you can feel something happening underneath your fingertips? Or maybe, if that's not quite doing it, you're still not quite feeling anything, think about activating your pelvic floor. Now your pelvic floor is a sling of muscles and it goes right from the front of your pelvis all the way to the back of your pelvis. So in order to activate this, the best thing to think about is to think about stopping yourself from passing wind and going for a wee at the same time. Now I guess this is probably something that doesn't happen that often, but first of all just have to think about, right, I really want to stop myself passing wind. I'm in a really public place here. I just really don't want to let this wind out. Okay, squeeze. Can you feel something happening underneath your fingertips? Oh, not quite. What about if you were trying to stop yourself passing wind and stop yourself going for a wee at the same time? Oh, okay, now I can feel something. That is your centre being activated. So your pelvic floor helps to activate your centre muscles. They co-contract. So you can think of any of those things. So just to recap, to find your centre, your pelvis needs to be in neutral. Okay, first thing. Second, use your fingertips to help you, or once you've got your cue, which you know works for you, you can just use that whenever somebody says activate your centre. So different cues, draw your waist in and away from your waistband, draw your tummy, sorry, in and away from your waistband, draw the fronts of your hips close together, or think about your pelvic floor, lifting that pelvic floor by trying to imagine that you're stopping yourself, passing wind, or going, having a wee, okay. Okay, so there we go, that is centering. So, in Pilates, you might be asked to find your centre in different positions, and having a go and a play with it when you're lying down and relaxed and everything is relaxed is much easier to have a play with it there. I hope that you found that video useful. Please have a look at the other videos on my channel. There will be some new ones coming up soon. Thank you.